Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a global movement dedicated to restoring balance for people and the planet. I'd like to now invite ministers from South Africa and India to be seated up on stage. We're honored to be joined by Shri J.P. Nadda, Honorable Union Minister for Health and Family Welfare, Government of India, Shri Pratap Rao Jadhav, Honorable Minister of State, Independent Charge for Ayush, Government of India, Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi, the Honorable Minister of Health from South Africa, the Secretary, Ministry of Ayush, Mr. Rajesh Kotecha, Dr. Katharina Boime, the officer in charge of Ciero, Dr. Shama Kuravilla, please be seated, ladies and gentlemen. May I now invite from the Ministry of Ayush, Government of India, the host country of second WHO Global Summit on Traditional Medicine, the Secretary Ayush, Dr. Rajesh Kotecha, to please welcome our respected delegates.
Thank you. Excellencies, Shri J.P. Nadda ji, Honorable Union Health Minister, Shri Pratap Rao Jadhav ji, Honorable Minister of State for Ayush and Ministry of State of Health, Government of India, Excellency, Shri Aaron Motsoaledi, Minister of Health, South Africa, Excellency, Dr. Sudha Sharma, Dr. Catherine Boehm, Senior Advisor to the DG and WHO in charge Ciero at Delhi, Honorable Ministers from 23 countries, distinguished representatives of the World Health Organization, esteemed members of Summit Steering Committee, representatives of indigenous peoples, distinguished delegates, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor and privilege to warmly welcome you all to the second WHO Global Summit on Traditional Medicine here at Bharat Mandapam, New Delhi. On behalf of the Government of the Republic of India, this summit is jointly hosted by WHO and Ministry of Ayush. We all know, and I'm very happy to share, Honorable Minister Sir, that 100+ countries are represented into this summit. There are 170+ expert speakers came from all over the globe. As I mentioned, there are 23 Honorable Health Ministers, they have arrived, 25+ sessions, 21 selected innovators arrived from all over the globe, and it is being represented by all 6 WHO regions. So this is very, very privileged event. We gather here today building on the resounding global success of the first WHO Global Summit on Traditional Medicine held in Gandhinagar, Gujarat in 2023. That historic summit culminated in the Gujarat Declaration, which provided a clear global direction for traditional medicine grounded in science, sustainability, equity, and respect for diverse knowledge systems. It is heartening to see that the global community has come together once again, reaffirming that shared vision and collective momentum. India is humbled to host this continuing global journey. For centuries, traditional medicine has been an integral part of daily life in this country, shaped by a deep understanding of balance between human beings and nature, prevention and care, knowledge and practice. Today, India's role is not merely that of a host nation, but of a partner committed to strengthening global traditional medicine governance through collaboration with WHO and other member states. In this context, the WHO Global Traditional Medicine Center at Jamnagar, Gujarat, holds special significance established in India and established in partnership with WHO. GTMC has emerged as a global hub for policy development, evidence generation, research collaboration, digital innovation, and knowledge exchange in traditional medicine. From Jamnagar, India is proud to support a truly global movement that serves all regions and all systems of traditional medicine. Guided by the WHO Global Traditional Medicine Strategy 25 to 34, this summit aims to advance a global movement to restore balance for people and planet, grounded in the science and practice of traditional medicine. Over the next 3 days, discussions will focus on various themes around strengthening, regulation, and integration into health systems, safeguarding biodiversity and intellectual property to enable equitable access and benefit sharing, and harnessing the transformative potential of foreign frontier technologies, including artificial intelligence and genomics. We are also pleased to host the Traditional Medicine Discovery Experience, offering participants an opportunity to engage firsthand with global best practices and living traditions, complementing policy dialogue with experiential learning. This summit is being held in the spirit of continuity and commitment. At the groundbreaking ceremony of the Global Traditional Medicine Center at Jamnagar, the Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi, expressed his wish that this global summit be convened every 2 years. It is therefore especially meaningful that we are gathered here again, carrying forward that vision and deepening global cooperation. Looking ahead, the Ministerial Roundtable, scheduled on 19 December 2025, is poised to play a crucial role in fostering stronger collaboration among countries and shaping better, more coherent policy outcomes for the integration of traditional medicine within national health systems. This opening session has been carefully designed to set the tone for the days ahead, anchored in the theme of restoring balance, a concept that lies at the very heart of traditional medicine and speaks powerfully to today's global health and planetary challenges. As we begin, I extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to each one of you to New Delhi and to this shared global platform for dialogue, trust, and partnership. I am confident that these 3 days will be a true feast of knowledge exchange, learning, and mutual inspiration. I would also like to warmly invite you to a special side event hosted by the Ministry of Ayush Government of India today from 5 onwards at the same plenary hall, focusing on Ashwagandha. In addition, you are also most welcome to join us tomorrow from 7 p.m. onwards for a cultural evening featuring a performance by 3-time Grammy Award winner and Padma Shri awardee Sri Ricky Cage and his team, followed by a networking dinner graciously hosted by our Honorable Minister Sri Pratap Rao Jadhav. There is another information I want to share, that Central Council for Research in Ayurvedic Sciences is also conducting a survey to explore research opportunities and networking among the delegates attending the summit. They will share a link on your email. I would request you to participate into this survey. And we look forward to the below proceedings of the summit. We are deeply honored that the Honorable Prime Minister of India will grace the closing ceremony on this event on 19th December at 4:30 p.m. I invite you all to join when our Honorable Prime Minister come for this event at the closing ceremony. Thank you, and I wish all the successful and inspiring second WHO Global Summit on Traditional Medicine. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much, sir. We're now joined by the two distinguished co-chairs of this summit who will extend a warm welcome on behalf of the Summit Steering Committee. I'd like to invite both the co-chairs to the stage to deliver their joint welcome. Dr. Goh Cheng Soon of Malaysia and Professor Motlalepula Matsabisa of South Africa.
Honorable Minister, Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to all of you. Namaste. Representing the Traditional Medicine Global Summit Steering Committee, I, Dr. Goh Cheng Soon from Malaysia.
And myself, Professor Motlalepula Matsabisa from South Africa.
As co-chair, would like to convey greetings to everybody on behalf of the Traditional Medicines Global Summit Steering Committee.
I would like to take this opportunity to introduce the steering committee to you. The steering committee is composed of experts from all around the world to ensure inclusivity, and you could see them on the screen. May I ask the steering committee please to stand up? Thank you.
The second WHO Global Summit on Traditional Medicines has the theme of restoring balance, the science and practice of health and well-being. Ladies and gentlemen, the balance has become the global norm, and hence, restoring well-being and balance must now become the guiding principles for global health action. Through linking the knowledge of traditional practices to scientific advances would enhance health and well-being and restore balance. WHO member states are encouraged to respect the health of all our planet and align with the visions of the WHO Global Strategy for Traditional Medicines 2025 and 2034. Facilitating the transformations of primary health care towards realizing universal health coverage, UHC, and 2030 Sustainable Development Goals, so that no one will be left behind. Everyone has equitable access to safe, effective, and people-centered traditional complementary integrative medicine, TCIM, for the health and well-being of all.
In order to accelerate the achievement of these goals, the following areas of work were proposed by the Traditional Medicines Global Summit Steering Committee as follows. One, it is to reorient health systems towards prevention and empower communities who are the foundation of universal health. Two, to develop a global framework on regulating traditional complementary and integrative medicine practices and products, identify best practice models for integration, introduce a common foundational global medical degree program with structured pathways, have a multi-center or a cross-sector collaborative studies and promote the use of TCIM evidence-based practices. 6, to promote inclusive dialogue to improve mutual understanding, design and implement national action plans which align with global framework goals, to leverage digital innovations, document TCIM knowledge, and ensure adequate, equitable resourcing. 11, to engage corporates, investment and support financially or otherwise the traditional medicines. And lastly, to look after and take care of our biodiversity for its sustainability. Following the WHO Global Summit, the Steering Committee hopes that the WHO Global Strategy 2025-2030 could be implemented by all member states, and the outcomes of the summit could be brought back for strategic planning and actioning. I thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Go and Professor Matsabisa. I'd like to now invite to present an overview of the summit program, the co-organizer of the second WHO Global Summit on Traditional Medicine, from WHO, Dr. Shama Kuruvilla, Director AI, WHO Global Traditional Medicine Center. This is forward.
Thank you.
You don't need to go back, but forward only.
Honorable Chief Guest, Minister Nada, Honorable Minister Jadhav, Honorable Minister Motsaledi, Excellencies, to all the honorable ministers, the dignitaries, to all my colleagues, friends, and actually what has become the global traditional medicine family over the past 2 years, welcome. It is my honor, actually on behalf of all of you who have co-created this program, to give an overview of the Global Summit. If we can. The first question we're often asked is, why are we all here? And there is one single fact that's brought us all together, and that is that traditional medicine is a global reality, and there is growing demand for it. For millions of people around the world, traditional medicine is their only access to healthcare, or their first point of call for healthcare. For many others, it is a preferred choice because it is holistic, because it focuses on well-being, because it's aligned with nature. And now, with cutting-edge technologies like AI and genomics, we're able to create this bridge of science between the most ancient sciences and knowledge and the most modern of technologies. And recognizing this, people around the world, even though the latest WHO report on universal health coverage shows that half of the world's population, 4.6 billion people, still do not have access to essential health services. And traditional medicine provides a solution that expands people's access, expands people's choice. And with the leadership of all member states, this year, the WHO Global Traditional Medicine Strategy was adopted at the World Health Assembly. And the purpose of this summit now is to move forward to implementing the global strategy with investment, with implementation, and for impact for the health and well-being of all people and our planet. The theme of restoring balance, it reflects what is at the heart of traditional medicine systems around the world, that it's balance within yourself, it's balance with society, and it's balance with the environment. And it seems that this resonates because balance is a sense that the world needs now more than ever. So what will we see in the summit? There is an agenda that focuses first on restoring balance and what's the science that has underpinned the science for health and well-being of people and planet. There is a session that's going to look at regulation, about how norms and standards and research are set. All WHO regions, and I'm very honored that our regional directors are here, conducted with member states research priority setting exercise on what member states need to drive this agenda forward. One statistic you will hear is that of the global health research funding, only 1% of the funding is going to traditional medicine research. And this is a huge gap we have to bridge. And we also then have sessions on integration, different models, best practices from countries on integration in health systems, as well as monitoring and charting progress across sectors to make this a reality. And we have an amazing discovery experience that many of you have contributed to. And this is really an interactive, innovative zone where you get to practice, you learn, it's an immersive experience. And we are very pleased to say that it's an opportunity to learn, to experience, to connect with one another, and that this discovery experience will become a permanent exhibition at the WHO Global Traditional Medicine Center in Jamnagar. So we hope to get all of your feedback as you go through to help co-create and shape this so that it's a global resource. We also are very excited that all countries and civil society have been making commitments on what they would do to implement the global strategy. And one example here was the first commitment that was made from Senegal in terms of setting in place a national policy, of investing in high-impact research, of regulation, and as well as with the civil society. And we look forward in the closing ceremony to celebrating these commitments. Ultimately, advancing traditional medicine is an evidence-based, ethical, and environmental imperative. And our combined global summit fosters the conditions and collaborations needed for traditional medicine to contribute at scale to the flourishing of all people and the planet we share. I thank you all. This is your summit. We were happy to support you from WHO. We thank the government of India for the generous support and leadership for bringing us all together. Thank you all and look forward to meeting through the summit.
Thank you, Dr. Kuruvilla. We now invite from China the Vice Commissioner, National Administration of Traditional Chinese Medicine, Mr. Huang Luqi, to share his perspectives at this global summit. You may use your headsets at this point.
尊敬的谭德赛总干事、各位部长、女士们、先生们、朋友们，大家好。至此，第2届世界卫生组织传统医学全球峰会在新德里隆重召开之际，我谨代表中国国家中药管理局，向本次会议的召开表示热烈的祝贺，向主办方的周到安排致以衷心的感谢。传统医药是优秀传统文化的重要载体，在促进 中短期培训机会，投入专项经费支持与吉尔吉斯坦、哈萨克斯坦、越南等近20个国家的联合科研项目，支持开展新时代神农尝百草行动，发起成立全球传统医学联盟，以吸纳来自中国、美国、加拿大、巴西、印度、日本等16个国家的31家创始会员单位。我们欣喜地看到，世界卫生组织多次通过传统医学决议，在RCT 11中单独设置传统医学章节，建立国际传统医学临床实验注册平台，发布2025至2034全球传统医学战略，有力促进了传统医学发展。本次峰会以重塑平衡、健康与福祉的科学与实践为主题，为各国深化理念交流、加强政策对话、推动合作共识提供了重要平台。我们愿同各方不断深化传统医药交流合作，向世界人民分享中西医结合、中西药并用的中国智慧。女士们、先生们、朋友们，传统医药是人类文明创造的成果，需要代代守护、传承精华，也需要与时俱进、守正创新。我们愿与各国同行一道，秉持全球发展、安全、文明、治理倡议的理念和愿景，深化学术互鉴，推动传统医药这个古老文明智慧结晶在新时代创新发展，为助力构建人类卫生健康共同体贡献更大力量。最后，预祝本次峰会取得圆满成功。谢谢大家。
Thank you very much, Mr. Lucci. We now turn to an important voice representing indigenous knowledge and global equity. I'm pleased to invite from Chile the member of the UN Permanent Forum on Indigenous Issues, Mr. Rodrigo Eduardo Pailef Monat, to offer his remarks on this occasion.
Honorable Ministers, Excellencies, dignitaries, brothers, sisters, and friends. Marimari Compuche, good afternoon to all. I speak to you today as indigenous person, a Mapuche from the south of the world from Chile and representative of the UN Permanent Forum on Indigenous Issues, a voice in this opening ceremony. Indigenous people represent all are not a footnote in the history of the medicine and healthcare. They are a living contribution to strong national and global health system, offering relational approaches to balance happiness and resilience. Without a healthy mother heart, there is no medicine that can truly heal, and without indigenous custodianship, there is no continuity. When collective memory is damaged, when territories are contaminated, and biodiversity is lost, we use not only healthy forests and rivers, but also valuable knowledge, practices, and transmission. In this context, I welcome to the unique leadership of the World Health Organization and the Global Traditional Medicine Center in advancing efforts to co-create a framework for the respectful engagement of indigenous people on biodiversity, health, and traditional knowledge and medicine.
As WHO and India welcome you, reflects the diversity of experiences, expectations, and aspirations from around the world, and reminds us why we have gathered: to listen, to learn, and to shape the global future of traditional medicine together.
How do we find balance? We find it in tradition, in practices that honor indigenous knowledge systems, offering unique perspectives on health and well-being. by bringing together centuries-old wisdom and cutting-edge science.
I think it's important that we realise that conventional and traditional medicine can go hand in hand.
Traditional medicine is not a thing of the past. There is a growing demand for traditional medicine across countries, communities, and cultures.
What we do need is to have a really strong, forward-looking, progressive way of being able to recognise the medicines of millennia.
The holding of WHO Global Summit on Traditional Medicine will intensify efforts to harness its potential.
The first WHO Traditional Medicine Global Summit set a baseline for action, a foundation of progress, data, and new technologies to unlock the full potential of traditional medicine. The 2025 Global Summit presents a pivotal moment to take this even further, expanding the evidence base for scientific innovations in traditional medicine. Recognizing the unrelenting instability in the world today, the summit will center around restoring balance, accelerating conversation and collaboration on topics like biodiversity protection, intellectual property rights, and the potential of AI, including the launch of the WHO Traditional Medicine Global Library. Join us as we explore how the nexus of traditional medicine and modern science can restore balance and well-being for people and our planet.
In this historic collaboration between the WHO and the Ministry of Ayush, Government of India, ladies and gentlemen, we were very much looking forward to welcoming Dr. Tedros Ghebreyesus, the Director General of the WHO, in person this morning. We have with us Dr. Katharina Boehme, Officer in charge of the WHO Southeast Asia Region Office, to introduce the video message from Dr. Tedros, who will be joining us at the closing on the 19th. So it's Dr. Katharina now.
Honorable Ministers, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, colleagues, and friends. It's a pleasure to invite you now to hear from the Director General of the World Health Organization, Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, who joins us today through a recorded video message, but will be, in fact, with us from tomorrow morning. His leadership has been central to positioning traditional medicine at the heart of global health. And we're grateful for his continued guidance as we open this summit. So now let's...
Excellencies, honorable ministers, distinguished guests, dear colleagues and friends, Namaste. I'm sorry I can't be with you in person today, but I look forward to joining you tomorrow. I thank our hosts, the Government of India, for its hospitality, partnership, and leadership in traditional medicine. And I thank all of you, healers, researchers, and policy makers, whose work sustains knowledge systems rooted in care, culture, and community. Your contributions remind us that health is not only about technology or treatment. It's also about balance, dignity, and the shared wisdom of humanity. When we gathered for the first Global Summit, we spoke about building bridges between science and tradition, between knowledge and lived experience, between people and planet. Today, traditional, complementary, and integrative medicine, or 2CIM, is no longer at the margins of global health. It's becoming part of its fabric, strengthening health systems and making them more people-centered and resilient. Earlier this year, the World Health Assembly adopted the WHO Global Traditional Medicine Strategy 2025-2034, a milestone that anchors TCIM within the global health agenda. The strategy focuses on 4 priorities: strengthening the evidence base so decisions are guided by science and data, ensuring safety and quality through effective regulation, integrating TCIM into national health systems, starting with primary health care, and unlocking its broader value for biodiversity. Sustainability and community well-being. But together, we hold the collective wisdom we need, from indigenous healers to community health workers, from researchers to policy makers across all regions. I therefore call on governments, academia, and industry to galvanize new investments in traditional medicine, guided by science, ethics, and equity. Because health is not merely the absence of disease. It's balance of body, mind, spirit, people, and planet. Namaste. I thank you, and I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow.
Thank you, Dr. Katharina and Dr. Tedros. From our member state, South Africa, I'm delighted to call upon the Honorable Minister of Health, Republic of South Africa, Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi, to share his thoughts.
Excellencies, my colleagues, ministers of health of the host country and from other countries, distinguished delegates, representatives of the World Health Organization, ladies and gentlemen, South Africa is honored to join the global community at the second WHO Global Summit on Traditional Medicine. I wish to commend the World Health Organization and the government of India for their leadership in elevating traditional medicine as an essential component of people-centered health systems. For millions across Africa, traditional medicine remains their first port of call, deeply rooted in our cultures and knowledge systems. As we pursue development of our health systems, It is imperative that we strengthen innovation and evidence-based practice while restoring balance between tradition, science, and the health of our people, as well as the planet. South Africa reaffirms its commitment to working with the World Health Organization and other nations to build inclusive, resilient, and sustainable health system that leave no one behind. We look forward to constructive discussions and shared commitments that will help shape inclusive, resilient, and people-centered health systems for present and future generations. When South Africa took over the presidency of G20 from Brazil last year, believe a very fruitful conference. Thank you very much.
सेकंड WHO ग्लोबल ट्रेडिशनल मेडिसिन समिट इस यहाँ उपस्थित भारत के माननीय स्वास्थ्य एवं परिवार कल्याण एवं केमिकल फर्टिलाइजर मंत्री आदरणीय श्री JP नड्डा जी, माननीय स्वास्थ्य मंत्री साउथ अफ्रीका श्री अरुण मोटोसोइलेडी जी, आयुष सचिव वैद्य राजेश कोटेचा जी, WHO GTMC डायरेक्टर डॉक्टर श्यामा कुरुविल्ला जी, DG WHO के सीनियर एडवाइज़र एवं CRO के ऑफिसर इंचार्ज डॉक्टर कैथरीना बोहेम जी, दुनिया भर से आए रिस्पेक्टेड डेलीगेट्स, जाने माने साइंटिस्ट, प्रैक्टिशनर, मीडिया के मित्रों, देवी और सज्जनों, आप सभी को मेरा नमस्कार। देश की राजधानी नई दिल्ली में WHO और आयुष मंत्रालय भारत सरकार द्वारा होस्ट किए जा रहे ट्रेडिशनल मेडिसिन पर दूसरे WHO ग्लोबल समिट में मैं आप सभी का स्वागत करता हूं। साथियों, 2 साल पहले गुजरात में हुए पहले WHO ट्रेडिशनल मेडिसिन समिट के दौरान हमने एक बीज बोया था। हमने उस वक्त यह वेलनेस, आज यह सिर्फ एक स्लोगन नहीं है, बल्कि इस वक्त की सबसे बड़ी जरूरत है, क्योंकि स्वास्थ्य के प्रति हमारा नजरिया गड़बड़ा रहा है। हमारी दिनचर्या और आहार विहार असंतुलित हो रहा है। हमें इसी संतुलन को प्रकृति के समन्वय से वापस जोड़ना होगा। साथियों, भारत के आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के कुशल नेतृत्व में हमारी परंपरागत चिकित्सा पद्धतियों के संरक्षक और सूत्रधार आयुष मंत्रालय और WHO के बीच सहयोग 2016 से शुरू हुआ था। इसका एक बड़ा नतीजा 2024 में दिल्ली में ICD-11 मॉड्यूल 2 का लॉन्च था, जो आयुर्वेद, सिद्ध और यूनानी बीमारी के कोड को ग्लोबल हेल्थ क्लासिफिकेशन में जोड़ता है। ईची पर भी काम आगे बढ़ रहा है। मुझे आप सबके साथ यह साझा करते हुए खुशी हो रही है